Good morning, students. Today, let us continue our discussion on capacitors. If we are given with more than two capacitors, they can be joined in different combinations. How to do this grouping? That is our today's concept. So today, we are going to discuss grouping of capacitors. Grouping of capacitors. We may join them in series combination or parallel combination. Let us see series combination. In series combination, if you want to join the capacitors, this is the first capacitor, joined with the second capacitor, joined with the third capacitor, like this. The negative plate of first capacitor is joined with the positive plate of second capacitor. The negative plate of second capacitor joined with the positive plate of third capacitor, like that. They were connected to a battery of EMF V, like this. Let Q1 is the charge deposited in the first capacitor. Q2 is the charge deposited in the second capacitor. Q3 is the charge deposited in the third capacitor. This capacitor is having capacity C1, capacity C2, capacity C3. Here, potential gets divided. In series combination, potential gets divided. Let V1 is the potential difference between the plates of first capacitor. V2 is the potential difference between the plates of second capacitor. V3 is the potential difference between the plates of the third capacitor. Net potential is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. Individually, we know that capacitance of the first capacitor is charge stored by its potential. Capacitance of second capacitor is Q2 by V2. Capacitance of third capacitor is Q3 by V3. So, I may substitute V1 value here. V1 can be replaced with Q1 by C1. V2 can be replaced with Q2 by C2. V3 can be replaced with Q3 by C3. Because of the combination, the net charge stored Q by effective capacitance, if you take Q by C effective will give V value. Q by C effective will give V value. But here, as they are in series combination, the same charge is stored in all the three capacitors. The same charge, whatever deposited here, will be transferred to this, will be transferred to this. So in this case, Q1 is equal to Q2 is equal to Q3 is equal to Q. Therefore, Q by C effective is equal to 1 by C1 or Q by C1 plus Q by C2 plus Q by C3. So as Q gets cancelled, 1 by C effective is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. So this is the formula for effective capacitance of a capacitor combination in series. The point what you should remember is, in series combination, voltage gets divided. As the three capacitors are having different capacities, different potentials, the charges in them must be the same, since the same charge has to move through the three capacitors, because same current is passing through the circuit. Therefore, this is the effective capacitance formula. If only two capacitors are there, means for two capacitors, you can write 1 by C effective is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2. Then C effective is given by C1 C2 by C1 plus C2. We can use this formula for two capacitors. Similarly, let us go to the other combination of capacitors, that is second type of combination. In series combination, The negative terminal of first capacitor is joined with the positive terminal of second capacitor. The negative terminal of second capacitor is joined with the positive terminal of third capacitor. It is like that. The same charge is getting stored in all the three capacitors because same current is passing through them. This point always you should remember. Charge in each capacitor is having identical magnitude. Let us go to the second kind of combination of capacitors, that is parallel combination of capacitors. Parallel combination of capacitors. Here also we will take three capacitors like this. Here all the positive terminals of the three capacitors are joined to the same terminal. All the negative terminals are joined to same point like this. All the negatives. This is the capacitance of first capacitor, capacitance of second capacitor, capacitance of third capacitor. They were connected to a cell of EMF V. V is the potential applied here, positive and negative. Such a combination, all positives are joined to the same terminal of positive of battery. All the negative terminals of the capacitors are joined to the same negative terminal of battery. Such a combination is called parallel combination. In parallel combination, whatever current is coming, it is divided into three branches. So you will find different charges Q1, Q2, Q3 here. But as they are connected parallel to the battery, everywhere you will find the same potential. Everywhere you will find the same potential. As we know, C1 can be written as Q1 by V. C2 can be written as Q2 is the charge stored, the potential difference is V. C3 can be written as Q3 by V. And here the current is getting divided, potential is the same across all the capacitors. So how to do it? The total charge current can be written as I1 plus I2 plus I3. Current is nothing but charge by time taken. The same time is taken in all the three cases. Hence, you can write the total charge passing is divided as Q1 plus Q2 plus Q3. From this equation, Q1 is equal to C1V. From this equation, Q2 is equal to C2V. From this equation, Q3 is equal to C3V. Substitute them here. Q is equal to C1V plus C2V plus C3V. What is Q? The total charge that is entering into the combination of capacitors. It can be written as effective capacitance into the potential applied. So C1 plus C2 plus C3 into V. So V gets cancelled. Effective capacitance in parallel combination of capacitors is given by C1 plus C2 plus C3. We have to remember these two relationships. In series combination, the effective capacitance is given by 1 by C effective is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3. In parallel combination, the effective capacitance is given by C1 plus C2 plus C3. By remembering these formulae, we will solve certain problems. Let us go to discuss one problem based on the combination of capacitors. So the first problem related to this is given like this. There are two capacitors. Question. Two capacitors with capacity C1 is equal to 6 microfarad and C2 is equal to 3 microfarad are connected in series to a cell of EMF 18 volts. 18 volts. Then calculate. The first question A, based on this, the equivalent capacitance. The equivalent capacitance. The second one, what we need to calculate is the potential difference across each capacitor. The potential difference across each capacitor. The third question they asked based on this is the charge on each capacitor. The charge on each capacitor. So this is the question given to us. First of all, they asked equivalent capacitance. They were connected in series. In series, C effective is given by C1 C2 by C1 plus C2. Or you can write 1 by C effective is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2. This gives this one. You are given C1 value as 6 into 3 by 6 plus 3. That is 18 by 9. 2 microfarad. This is the effective capacitance of the combination. This is the answer for question A. So answer for question A is 2 microfarad. Next, answer for question B. What they asked? Question B, the potential difference across each capacitor. You know that in series combination, the potential gets divided. V is equal to V1 plus V2. V is equal to V1 plus V2. V means Q by C effective. V1 means Q by C1. V2 means Q by C2. So if I remove C, 1 by C effective is 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2. That is already known to us. What we are asked to find? Potential difference across each capacitor. So if I want V1, don't replace V1. V1 will take it like this. So 1 by C effective minus 1 by C2 into Q is equal to V1. How to calculate charge on each capacitor? So C question, first of all we need to do. Q is equal to C effective into potential difference. What is C effective? 2 microfarad into applied potential difference 18 volts. So that is 36 microcoulomb is the total charge. Then if you want V1, you should take C2 minus C effective by C effective into C2 into Q. So C2 means they gave it as 3 minus C effective is 2 by 2 into 3 into 36 microcoulomb. So it will happen like this, 1 by 6. So it becomes 6 micro, oh sorry. Already it is in microcoulomb, so micro gets cancelled. 6 volts will be the potential difference for V1. As you know, V1 plus V2 is equal to 18 volts. V2 is given by V minus V1. That is nothing but 18 minus 6, 12 volts. Voltage across first capacitor is 12 volts. Voltage across second capacitor is 12 volts. V2 is 12 volts. V1 is 6 volts. Like that we can calculate. The voltage across each capacitor I calculated. The total charge available I calculated as 36 microcoulomb. Effective capacitance I calculated it as 2 microfarad. I hope you understood the solution. Let us solve one more problem related to this. Now let us do a problem related to the parallel combination. The question is like this. In the circuit shown in the figure, here is a circuit shown like this. This is connected with another capacitor, and here EMF of the applied battery is 10 volts. Let it be C1, C2, C3. This is the question. In question, they gave C1 value as 15 microfarad, C2 value as 10 microfarad, C3 value as 25 microfarad. The question is, find the equivalent capacitance of the circuit. C effective is equal to how much? This is the first part of the question. Second part of the question, the charge on each capacitor. On each capacitor. Next, third part, the potential difference across each capacitor. The potential difference across each capacitor. The potential difference across each capacitor we need to calculate. So very simple. Let Q1 is the charge residing, or Q is the charge residing here, or Q1, whatever you take. As they are in parallel combination, here and here, potentials are same. If suppose V is the potential here, V will be the potential, or V1 is the potential here, the same V1 is observed here. Potential is the same. Charges are different. Here charge residing is Q2. But this combination is in series to this entire charge, whatever charge residing here, Q3. Q3 is equal to Q1 plus Q2. The same set of charge has to pass through this. This is the first result we have. Before calculating the effective capacitance, let us identify the effective capacitance in this. Total C effective, if you want, both are in series. In series combination, the effective capacitance is given by C1, C2 by C1 plus C2. So, first of all, let me find the effective capacitance here. Effective capacitance for this combination is, as they are in parallel, 15 plus 10. 25 is the effective capacitance for this combination. So 25 microfarad. Already here 25 microfarad is there by, both are in series, that's why I added 15 with 10, I got 25. Already here one more 25 is there. So this into this by this plus this, nothing but 25 plus 25 microfarad. Microfarad and microfarad gets cancelled. You will get 625 by 50 microfarad. 625 by 50 means 25 by 2. That is 12.5 microfarad is the effective capacitance of the combination. 12.5 microfarad is the effective capacitance of the combination. What is the second question they asked? The charge on each capacitor. The charge on each capacitor. How to calculate charge on each capacitor? So charge on the particular capacitor Q1, if you want, how to calculate? C1 by C1 plus C2, C1 by C1 plus C2 into total charge. How to get total charge? Total charge is nothing but C effective into V. C effective is 12.5 microfarad into V is 10. So it becomes 125 microcoulomb. So C1 plus C1 how much? 15 by 15 plus 10, 25 into 125. So it will go for 5 times. 75 microcoulomb is the charge on first Q1. Obviously, what is the charge on this capacitor Q2? How to calculate? If you want Q2, you should take C2 by C1 plus C2. C2 by C1 plus C2 into Q. Always remember, whenever you want charge here, charge is represented as the product of charge. If you want Q1, you take the capacitance C1 by C1 plus C2 into Q. Similarly, you want Q2 means C2 by its capacity. You want Q2 here means its capacity by total capacity into charge. This formula we can derive easily. I will tell you the proof for that. Obviously, how to calculate? What is C2? 10 by C1 plus C2 means 25 into what is Q? 125. It will go for 5 times. So 50 microcoulomb. Obviously, what is Q3? Q3 is nothing but Q1 plus Q2. 75 plus 50, nothing but 125 microcoulomb, nothing but total charge. Total charge and Q3 both are same. So total charge has to pass through C3. So we calculated charge on first capacitor, charge on second capacitor, charge on third capacitor. Later we are asked to find the potential difference across each capacitor. That I am doing the third part. The second part completed. The third part I am doing here. Potential difference across the first capacitor is given by Q1 by C1. Q1 we calculated it as 75 microcoulomb by C1 is 15 microfarad. Micro gets cancelled. So it becomes 5. So 5 volts. V2 is equal to Q2 by C2. What is Q2? 10 by Q2 value we calculated it as 50 by 10. Nothing but again you get 5 volts. No doubt both are in parallel combination means same voltage is observed here. I need to find V3. V3 is nothing but Q3 by C3. That is equal to what is Q3? Q3 is nothing but total charge. 125 by C3 is 25. So 5 volts. So entire 10 volts is divided as 5 volts here, 5 volts here. As both are in parallel combination, here and here you are observing the same 5 volts. Here you are observing 5 volts. The main point of this problem is this formula. I will show you how you get this formula. It is very simple. Whenever you want charge on the first capacitor, its capacity by total capacity into total charge. That is the formula. This formula we can derive separately. How to derive this formula? So first of all, you see the voltage division, charge division in this problem. The only thing what I would like to explain here is how this formula has come. So for deriving this formula, I am just following this procedure here. You know that both are having same potential. So whenever you want potential, C by charge on first capacitor is Q1 is equal to C1 V1. Charge on second capacitor is Q2 is equal to C2 V2. Total charge is equal to Q1 plus Q2, nothing but capital Q, nothing but Q3, that is equal to capital Q. So capital Q can be written as C1 V1 plus C2 V2. But both are having same potential. It can be written as C1 V1 plus C2 V1. So you can write it as C1 plus C2 into V1. Then Q is equal to C1 plus C2 into V1 can be written as Q1 by C1. From this, Q1 can be written as C1 by C1 plus C2 into Q. In this way we got this formula. I hope I reached you how to combine the capacitors in series combination as well as parallel combination. How can we use these combination of capacitors for solving problems. In this example we can see. Thank you.